May I have your attention, please?
We are controlling transmission. There is nothing wrong.
The Horror Chronicles.
Whether it's a ghost, a spirit, or an entity, they all feed on it. That's the whispering, the footsteps, the feeling of another presence.
You won't have a chance to change your minds later, because there'll be no way to get out.
We have such sights to show you.
Have you checked the children?
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
Boogeyman's real. That is better.
They're coming to get you.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Horror Chronicles.
The Horror Chronicles.
I'm your host, Ryan, and with me, as always, Jay.
What's up, everybody? I got us a little video going. We're going to try and post some video on YouTube.
So you might see it, or you might not.
Yeah, you might. If I can figure it out.
We'll see what happens with it, man. We're gonna get good video here as soon as we can, guys. We're like we said, we don't want to be a broken record with it.
No.
But
you'll get to see us pick our noses
yeah, picking my nuts and picking other things
and play with our butts.
Yeah.
As long as we don't play with each other's butts, we're okay.
You might get more YouTube hits.
Might. Then that would be you porn.
Well, there's so much they put on YouTube nowadays.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
sure. Hey, so I got some cool things I want to talk to you about. So, as many of you may know or may not know, a lot of the music you hear on here is from my band Lunatic. And I just got a phone call tonight that one of our really good friends, Steve Bouchard, plays for this band called Motive. And they are a touring band, and right now they're out on tour. They are coming through St. Louis.
Sweet.
And they called Jim, one of our guitar players, and said, hey, we really want you guys to open the show for us.
Oh, snap.
So we're trying to work all that out. I mean, we're definitely willing to do some shows. We're not a regular playing band anymore. We were for a long time, but now we've kind of slacked off. We've all got families and lives and stuff, But yeah, I think St. Louis is going to see Lunatic in August.
Sweet.
If we can work out all the stuff. And I was going to kind of ask you if you might be interested in going with me.
Oh shit, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Depending on what it is, but shoot, yeah, I'll for sure make that work.
Okay.
That'd be
cool.
sweet.
Cool.
As long as you don't get me killed. You're not going to be like, what is that movie, Jennifer's Body, right?
Jennifer's Body. Well, I don't know. I might set my tongue on fire.
Yeah. That's sweet,
Murder
man.
somebody in the swimming pool.
That's
The
awesome.
swimming pool.
I'm always down to hear some freaking badass live music.
Yeah. It'll be a good time. Motive is freaking awesome, dude. They just put out a new album. They just signed to a small label, and their new album crushes, dude. I need to get you a copy of that.
You know what we're going to have to do, though? We're going to have to get some hoodies.
We need to get some merch together.
Some
I was
made.
at least thinking I need a shirt for myself to wear on stage.
Yeah, we should get, and I'm gonna, yeah, what's something we need to work on?
Yeah, we'll
work on
talk
that.
about that. We'll talk about that.
So,
anyway, what's up with you?
sure, you see it, man. Just
You still pumping the iron?
pumping the iron. I'm heading there after I leave here, as a matter of fact.
Nice.
Yeah, I want to
Get your pump in before the Snowmageddon.
Yeah.
Which gotta laugh about that. They've been telling us for 3 or 4 days now. Oh my God, Rolla's gonna get 12 inches of snow, and I just looked. It's like 1 to 3.
Yeah. So as long as my son, we got to get something because my son really wants to go sledding tomorrow. So we got to get something enough
Right
where he
on.
can sled.
Just
So
tie him to the car and drag him down the street.
that's what I do anyway on a regular
Yeah.
basis. So nothing
Hell
new
yeah.
there. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go there tonight, and I'm gonna try to get out there tomorrow too. Actually, usually Sundays are
Put
my
your
leg
pump on.
days and my squat days. so I got it. Squats are important.
Oh, you're a squatter, huh?
Squatter.
Nice.
I'm the squatter.
Nice.
But anyway, today I think we're just gonna be basically kind of doing like a.
You're just gonna jump right into it, ain't you?
Yeah, I mean,
He's got both feet.
At least tell them what the hell we're doing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We're gonna be talking basically about horror
lost
news
our
stuff.
screen, so I don't know if that's recording anymore.
If it does, it does.
Whatever.
If it don't.
Whatever.
But we're gonna be talking about basically new stuff, new movies coming out, remakes, other things in the paranormal world and stuff like
crap,
that.
I wrote down the wrong list.
What is that? Debbie does Dallas?
Yeah,
What list is this?
She does more than Dallas.
So
Dallas
that's what we're getting into today. So was there anything cool you want to start off with that you're thinking about?
Okay, so a couple things we talked about last week. Okay, so last night I went to Family Video. I rented 2 movies. I rented The Possession of Hannah Grace and Overlord. I really was not that impressed with either one of them.
Really?
They're both good movies on their own, but, I was expecting The Possession of Hannah Grace to be like this, oh my God,
Yeah.
because they pushed that film as being, this is what happens after the exorcism,
Yeah.
And, yeah, okay, I can see that, but
they push stuff out there, It's going
I had all the lights off. I had some whiskey in my glass, and I was expecting to be scared and pee my pants.
Instead, he just peed his pants.
I just peed my pants.
That's all he did.
And then Overlord was a good movie, but it was not what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was a lot different movie than what it was. Still a good movie. They're both good movies. Don't get me wrong. They were definitely worth the watch. Not what I expected out of either one of them though.
Yeah, my buddy said that Overlord was kind of gory, but it really wasn't that entertaining.
It was. I mean, okay. So don't get me wrong. I am not a big war film fan, and that's really what it was about. It was about war, and. But it was war with a twist. It had a dark twist to it, which was entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
So yeah.
I'll probably have to watch. I'm still probably gonna watch it. We'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, you definitely need to watch it. I'm not trying to sway anybody from watching these movies. They were both good.
Yeah, it's just. Like we said before, guys, Conjuring's kind of ruined.
Oh, dude, I've got some big news about some of that stuff.
Me too. I've probably got.
Oh, okay, cool.
We're on the same page here. Guarantee.
Yeah.
But I'll say.
So, how do you want to start this fiasco?
No matter. Let's just go into it, man. I'll talk about one that I looked up. It's this is a new movie. A movie coming out. Comes out supposedly on Memorial Day, 2019 this year, called Brightburn. I don't know if you checked that out.
Okay, I did not see that.
All right, so check this out. This movie's called Brightburn. It's directed by a guy named David Yarovesky or something like that. It's written by Mark and Brian Gunn. And basically, it's kind of like... Sweet. That's all we want to do.
Well, yeah, but it's all shit you probably don't want to talk about.
Who knows? I guarantee we got some of the same stuff in there, dude.
We may.
But basically, this movie is kind of weird. Like, basically, there's this couple. They live out in the woods and stuff, and they're wanting to have a kid so bad. They've been praying and praying and praying. Well, one night, you think it's like a Superman, dude. This thing comes flying down, and they find a baby inside this craft or whatever it is, right?
Okay.
So they raise the baby up and everything, and he's kind of abnormal, he doesn't get along with nobody. He's just a outsider type kid.
Abnormal.
Yeah, like my. Never mind. Anyway,
Anyway,
he gets to a certain age. I can't remember if they even said the age in the movie trailer, but he was probably 8 or 9 years old or something like that, and he basically starts getting attracted. They kept whatever that he was out of in their garage, locked up in this thing, in the floors, okay?
Okay.
And so basically...
You're talking the craft.
Yeah, the craft, whatever he came out in. Because I didn't
Not the movie.
Yeah, I didn't even really see what they pulled him out of, to be honest with you, that I can remember. But anyway, it actually looks pretty cool because, dude, basically this kid has grown up on Earth with these two parents forever, you know, and then at a certain age, he starts getting attracted to what the craft he was coming in, didn't have no idea where it was there.
Okay.
But he's there going towards it.
Right.
And he's trying to break into there and stuff. And basically he turns into an evil superhero. Basically, like, he kills people. And he has superpowers. Basically Superman with a Deadpool twist almost, kind of.
Okay.
Because, like, he's wears this crazy looking mask and a cape deal that looks real creepy, but he's wearing his regular clothes underneath. So you see the mask and the cape. It looks real cool, dude. Like, the way this dude, like, the kid, like, it looked pretty wicked. I was like, oh,
all right.
pretty damn.
I'm with you.
Pretty damn interesting movie. It looks, get a chance to check it out, guys. It's called Brightburn. It looks like it's going to be a really good movie.
Cool.
You got something you want to shoot at me?
I've got some.
Besides the load?
Hold on. Let me get that together
Wait
for you.
a minute.
Wait a minute. Why I oughta. Okay, so I didn't know we were going to jump straight into movies, but I am willing to do that.
You ain't got to do that.
No.
You can go straight back to whatever.
We're going to do that.
Whatever you want to talk
about.
We're
there. We're doing it.
You
started this circus. We're going to finish it.
Fuck yeah.
What is it they say? Not my monkeys, not my circus.
I always finish is all I'm saying.
Yeah. So some of the ones that I'm excited about. Have you seen the new trailer for the Hellboy remake?
Yes.
Oh my God, dude. Okay, so the new Hellboy comes out April 11th.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I absolutely love the first Hellboy movie. I thought it was fantastic. This new one looks like it's going to be really cool. It's going to be weird getting used to Ron Perlman not being Hellboy.
Yeah.
They're now using the gay.
They're using the gay.
They're now using the guy that played the sheriff on Stranger Things, David Harbour.
Everybody in that TV series is getting fucking hardcore roles.
They are, because the girl in there is getting another movie that we're going to talk about too.
And there's a ton of other movies that I'm going to talk about with the boys.
So you got David Harbour playing Hellboy, and the lovely Mila Jovovich playing the Blood Queen in this movie. I cannot wait to see this. It looks freaking awesome.
It looks pretty cool, man. I like
the darkness of it.
They said it's
it looks
darker.
like it's a lot darker than the original Hellboy.
That's what they said.
I haven't quite figured out. They haven't said it's a remake, but they haven't said it's not a remake.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a reboot, but it's a totally different story.
Yeah.
So I don't know where they're going there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It definitely is cool.
Interesting, though, it's directed by Neil Marshall, who is the same guy that did The Descent, and he also did Dog Soldiers. And it's kind of rumored that this guy may be doing the new Skull Island Blood of Kong.
Sweet, dude.
So, I mean, if that means anything to you.
Well, The Descent, I love both those movies.
Yeah.
1 and 2 are both great movies.
Well, and I love the original Skull Island.
Yeah.
But if you guys haven't seen it, I mean, even if you're not a Kong fan, you have to see that movie. I mean, it's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Not the same director, but anyway. So.
Yeah, let's see here. I got one that is going to be, it looks really fucking good, and one of our favorite persons of the horror world is involved with it. The Curse of La Llorona.
Oh, yeah. I've got that one wrote down, too.
It comes out April 19th. James Wan.
Produced by James Wan.
This.
James Wan has put out some of the creepiest movies in recent history.
Great
films.
I
mean, this guy is synonymous with horror.
And this one looks just as good.
It does. It really
awesome.
does. And this story is based off of an old, I don't know how to put that, Mexican folklore.
Hispanic, whatever.
It's an old Hispanic folklore.
Yeah.
Looks very good. I did find out that James Wan has, as hard as I don't want to say this, James Wan has backed out of the Resident Evil remake.
It sucks.
I was so looking forward to that, but he has decided to pass on it.
Damn.
I found that out today. Yeah. Bad deal.
I mean,
Bad
there's
deal.
others out there that can do it. It's just,
Oh yeah. I am interested to see what they can do with the Resident Evil remake. But,
yeah, for sure.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, I love Resident Evil, dude. From the game, back in the day when I was a kid, me and my buddy would sit and play that fucking game for days,
my God.
man.
Yeah.
And I was huge into that shit anyway.
That's not Chris's blood. The dialogue in that game was horrible, but awesome story.
Great one, yeah.
So
for sure.
So yeah.
Go ahead. You want?
Okay, so this next one I'm going to talk about is kind of near and dear to you. We're going to talk about It Chapter 2.
Yes. Shit, yeah, dude.
I'll be honest with you. The first one, we went and saw it.
Yep.
Good movie. I was never a huge fan of the original.
See, and I love it.
So the new movie really didn't do much for me. You know, I mean, it was a cool movie. Graphically and I guess what's the word? Intellectually, it was far superior to the original movie. But the original movie, to me, you can't beat Tim Curry as Pennywise.
Well, not only that. Here's where I disagree with you and I agree with you.
You always disagree.
I love the movie, the remake. I loved it. However, that's where I disagree with you, but I do agree with you. The original was way better. The reason why I love the original so much is because of the narration of it, the way they told the story.
Yes.
The way.
Yes. Well, in the original, it was all one movie.
Yes. And
you know, you saw
intertwined
from kid to adult in one movie, but it was like what? Like a 4-hour movie?
Yeah, but it like intertwined the ages. You know what I mean? You would just go back and forth, which I loved. I just love the way the original did it. Now, like again, I love the remake. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
The second one is looking pretty fucking good too. And they said that it's gonna have one of the bloodiest scenes.
Dude,
ever.
I got that in my notes. So one of the stars, Jessica Chastain, who plays Beverly Marsh, she was on Jimmy Fallon the other night, and she said that there is one scene in the movie that claims to have the most blood of any movie ever made.
Which is crazy.
Any movie ever made, which is really crazy because I'm going to give you a number here that's going to blow your mind. So, Fede Alvarez used 50,000 gallons of blood in the final scene of the Evil Dead remake.
Yeah.
50,000 gallons, and they're claiming they've got more? That's a lot of blood.
That's a great movie. That's another great movie.
Yeah, another great movie.
Remake.
Another great movie.
Evil Dead remake was great.
Yes. I love the remake of Evil Dead.
Yes,
absolutely loved
movie,
it. Not to take anything away from Bruce Campbell, but
no.
I love the way they did that whole
we all love
movie.
Bruce.
You know, I mean, it just fantastic movie.
But yeah, dude, it is gonna be great. That comes out. What was it? September 6th.
Yes.
Is when the supposed release date is.
Yeah, it's funny. I didn't write that down here. I've got it wrote down back here somewhere. Yeah, It Chapter 2, September 6th. Yeah.
And
well, while we're talking about Stephen King, let's just go ahead and jump into
Pet Sematary.
Pet Sematary. Okay, I watched the original this morning just to watch it.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Oh, shit, yeah, dude.
Absolutely great movie.
That dude's the sisters freaked the shit out of me when I was a kid, dude. Even though that was a guy.
Yeah. Oh, the decrepit
back.
old woman in the bed. Oh yeah, just creepy as hell. Well, the new Pet Sematary comes out March 22nd. That's right around the corner, dude.
Oh, dude.
March 22nd. Cannot wait. The original came out in 1983. So this new one, just from the previews that I've seen, I mean, just
looks great.
It looks creepy. Now, the first preview I saw of Pet Sematary, I was not too impressed with it. I was like, what the hell are they doing here? But then whenever they showed the second preview for it, or trailer for it, I was hooked. I was like, oh yeah, okay, I see where they're going here.
There's two different directors on this too. The guy named Kevin Kolsch or something like that. He's got two dots over the K on his first of his name. I don't know if that's Russian or what that is. And then there's also a guy named Dennis Widmeyer.
Yeah, Widmeyer.
He's also a second director on the movie. There's two directors.
Right.
So, but yeah, I mean, it looks great. I noticed that they switched it up as far as the kids that get killed in it. The Gage doesn't get killed.
Right.
And that was a huge aspect of the movie. The first one that was creepy.
It was. That made it a lot creepier.
Yeah,
it really did.
We'll see how that plays out. You know?
I kind of like their choice on the new movie. They used Joshua Clark.
Yes, yeah, he's a great actor.
As the dad, which, I mean, he was in that Winchester movie. Yeah. Which is not a fantastic movie, but he played a really good part in it.
Well, I've seen him in a lot of other movies. He's in a bunch
yeah.
He's good. He's a good actor.
And then, of course, John Lithgow is playing Jed.
Perfect.
I mean, that guy's been in everything. We don't even need to talk about John Lithgow.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
He's been in every film you've probably ever seen in your life.
Harry and the Hendersons.
Yes, sir.
Missed that show.
Third Rock from the Sun.
But yeah, that's going to be a great one, man. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that one for sure. There's one I want to talk about that I didn't really care for the first movie that this guy did. And it got huge praise, and it was a good movie, but I'm talking about the movie Get Out. That was a good movie.
Yeah,
it was good. Peele.
Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele.
Yeah, Jordan Peele.
It looked good, you know.
Yeah.
And it was good. I watched it. It was a good movie. I don't know if it needed to get all the praise it did, but who knows? It was good. However, this new one he's got coming out called Us.
Okay.
Dude, have you seen the preview for it?
I have not.
Holy shit, brother. Comes out March 15th. The movie's called Us.
But he's got another movie coming out, too.
What's that?
Or he's involved with another movie. I ran across him earlier.
Well, dude.
Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is.
I
know what it is.
What is it?
And you don't.
Which one is it?
Jordan Peele's directing the remake of Candyman.
That's right. Yep, I heard that.
And they are using a guy, his name is Yahya Abdul Mateen II is going to play Candyman.
And he looks
and he
part.
was did I read that right? He was in a Black Panther movie and
yeah, I think he was in a Black Panther movie.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
But this movie Us,
I have not seen a preview.
You've got to see the previews for this movie. I'm telling you, it is super fucking creepy, bro.
Okay.
Like, creepy as fuck. It's a doppelganger movie.
Oh, doppelgangers do kind of creep me out.
Dude, this one's fucking bad, though, man. I'm telling you.
I had one of those.
It's got a whole family.
I did.
What's his name? Perry. The guy who does all the movies, like Medea and all that. Isn't his name, last name Perry?
Yeah, I've drawn a
Gosh dang it.
blank.
He's in it.
Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry's in it. It's him, his wife in the movie, and their two kids.
Oh, it's Medea.
Dude.
It's going to be like Medea's Boo.
Yeah. but creepy.
Okay, cool.
Dude, I'm telling you.
I'll have to look for that. I haven't even heard about it.
I promise you. Watch that. I want you to watch that trailer tonight and you tell me what the hell you think about it. Because I'm telling you, dude.
I'll watch that shit right now.
Get Out was good.
No, maybe not.
But this thing looks fucking bad.
Get Out was good. Get Out was very strange.
Yeah.
But yeah, it had a really good story behind it.
And I get it. It's coming from.
I got out.
It's coming from the African American standpoint. So that's why they made it the way they did, which was it turned out to be a great movie. But Us looks amazing, dude.
Yeah.
This movie that he made coming out, it looks fucking good, dude.
Dude, it's really funny. I just looked down at my notes. So today is James Wan's birthday.
Shit.
He's 42 today. And that's where I got wrote down. He is producing The Curse of La Llorona.
God dang, that's gonna
which
be good.
is supposed to come out April 19th.
Yep.
Okay. And then he's also working on the new Annabelle.
Oh, wait.
They've got a new
Hold
Annabelle
your horses,
coming out
son.
in July.
Hold your horses, son. July 3rd. And check this out.
Well,
who loves Annabelle? Who do I know that loves Annabelle? My son, right?
Yeah.
My oldest son. Guess what his birthday is? July 3rd.
Oh.
Comes out on his birthday, dude.
Well, now see, they had talked about that. I think they have moved it back to June now.
Did they move it?
Because they don't, or they've moved it forward or up, to June, because they don't want to have to compete with some of the summer blockbusters that come out right around the 4th of July.
Dude, did you hear the storyline? Have you heard the storyline on it?
No.
Check this out. So
I may have.
Ed and Lorraine Warren's daughter
Okay.
is what this one's about. From what I understand, this is what I checked out today, and this is from what I heard and what I've looked up and read. Ed and Lorraine Warren's daughter is basically in a battle because Annabelle somehow gets out in their house in the museum and brings all the other entities out.
Oh, nice.
And she has to basically battle these entities and get them back into their fucking places.
Better get that shit back in there before Mom and Dad get home and beat your ass.
Shit, yeah. It looks fucking... But I don't know if it's the young daughter or if she's older.
Yeah.
I think she's old. I think it's like she's based off her being older.
I got you. Yeah, it's funny. In my same note, I got a little frowny face. See my little frowny face? James Wan has removed himself from the Resident Evil reboot.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
Yeah, does suck.
But it is what it is. So, there's a lot of good things coming out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there really is.
But Annabelle, dude.
There's a lot of stuff that I'm really looking forward to. Some of the stuff that I had wrote down that I don't know if you caught these or not. So I'm going to talk about this one. I don't know if you're a big fan or not, but I am a huge fan. Godzilla King of the Monsters is coming out on May 31st. In this one, basically Godzilla is fighting everybody. Mothra, Hydra,
Titans,
all of them. Okay. And what they're doing is they're leading up to Godzilla versus Kong. I cannot wait to see this movie. What's crazy is the guy that's directing this. The guy that's directing it is Michael Daughtry, which is the same guy that did Krampus and Trick or Treat.
Sweet.
Yes, dude, yes. I would not bullshit you about that.
Dude,
I am pretty excited about that.
Well, and there's another
now, they didn't say if it was a remake or not, because see there was a Godzilla movie came out called King of the Monsters, and it came out in 1956. Yeah. And it starred Raymond Burr. This movie, though, reading the description on it, doesn't sound anything like that movie, so I don't think it's a remake. I think what they're doing is they're releasing an entire, what they're calling a Monarch series, because Monarch is the company that is behind all these, they're like the government agency in the movies.
Yes, yeah.
They're the ones that are watching all this.
Well, and this movie has a Stranger Things alumni in it too.
Yes. It's got the girl that plays number 5, I think is her name.
Dude, I'm so pissed off at myself because I have not watched those.
You should watch those. They're pretty good.
I want to check them out. I heard they're fucking awesome. You know. But here's one that I'm so super fucking stoked about, man. This movie,
he's gonna do a cartwheel.
I'm gonna do a cartwheel and then end up fucking.
Maybe poop your pants. I don't know.
Or just as I twist, just sling it.
Ooh!
But anyway,
a twisted somersault cartwheel
with a diarrhea topper.
He'll look like a fountain.
Oh shit!
Oh
no,
my
man,
God.
but this movie I'm so fucking stoked about, man, and you probably are too. Comes out August 9th, or that's the supposed release date. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Dude, I was wondering if you saw that.
Del Toro.
I was wondering if you saw that.
Del Toro is directing it, man.
Oh my God, dude.
And it looks...
Guillermo del Toro has put out some creepy stuff. And in fact, one of his movies, we're going to get into some remakes here in a minute. And one of his movies is in my remake list.
Dude.
So we'll talk about him here in a minute.
This movie. And what's cool about it is the storyline. It's cool because it's... All right, these types of movies get to me because just like, how we talk about it. Kids overcoming evil.
Adversity.
You know what I mean?
And, yeah.
I love it. And because that's how it reminds me when I was younger. So I was big into it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Scary Stories Told in the Dark was... Okay, now I'm going to say that I really don't know. So which came first, the book or the movie?
The book...
not the movie, but the series. There was a series on TV.
Yeah.
But I think the books came out first, didn't they?
Yes, the book came out a long time ago.
Yeah, that was pretty sure, yeah.
But see, in this one, in the movie, it's teens that start to investigate because there's weird murders going on in their town, so the teens start to investigate. This group of teens start to investigate the murders that are going on in their
Murder
towns.
Teen wrote.
Man, I'm so fucking stoked for this movie, dude. It's got
yeah. I've got that wrote down. Because I wasn't sure if you had caught that. Did you catch the other one though?
Which
Are You Afraid of the Dark? They're doing a. They're
doing a movie.
Yes,
I did not see
that. They got
that.
a movie coming out. It comes out October 4th.
Oh no fucking way!
And I'm pretty sure from the looks of it, it looks like it's going to follow the series that was on TV.
Sweet.
So
that's fucking cool shit, man. I can't wait for that shit,
cool.
dude.
Pretty
That's
cool.
awesome. I didn't see that. I'm gonna look it up.
I've got a big one up here that I want to talk about. That. Love it or hate it. They've had some great movies in the series. They've had some really turds in the series, and I want to talk about Child's Play.
It's not one of my favorite. Yeah.
I remember when the original Child's Play came out, which was 1988.
Yeah.
Very creepy movie. Just
the original was great.
Just very creepy.
The original was great.
Then they went downhill, and then they released some that were really cool, like Bride of Chucky and Cult of Chucky. Both of those were pretty good movies. I mean, for standalone movies. Well, they're doing a remake. Remake or a reboot of the series.
This one's actually a complete reboot because
and it comes out in June of this year.
Yeah.
So just a few months away.
Did you see the storyline of it? Of what it is?
Yes. Yeah. It looks like it's gonna be pretty damn good.
Because it's about. Chucky's not possessed anymore. He's not possessed. Chucky is in this an advanced AI. Did you catch that?
No.
Okay.
So maybe I didn't catch.
I'm about to fill you in, son.
I just saw like a teaser for it.
So check this out, because I dug into this. In this one he's an advanced AI. And basically he's...
that's going to fuck up the story for me.
Yep.
That was the cool thing about the story before is he was possessed.
That's what a lot of people are saying about this. Because there's, of course there's movie critics who get a hold of this stuff before we do. But anyway, in this he's an advanced AI who has a chip put in where has unlimited capability of learning.
Okay, this sounds like some iRobot shit.
Yeah, so basically he goes on it's killing spree.
I hope Will Smith's not in this turd. I was excited about it until you told me that. Thanks for fucking it up, Ryan.
Hey, man, that's how it rolls, dog. I'm here.
I was excited because Tim Matheson was in it.
I came here to do two things.
What, chew bubblegum and piss me off?
Kick ass and chew bubblegum. And I'm all out of bubblegum. Sorry, guys. I will incorporate that.
Little they live humor.
I will incorporate that saying any fucking time I get a chance to. Okay?
Oh, I love it.
But yeah, that's the story behind the Chucky thing is that he's an advanced AI in this one. So. They completely reboot.
Okay, that sounds shitty to me.
They're completely rebooting it. So I mean,
that sounds like a rental.
B-rated rental.
I was excited though because Tim Matheson was in it. Who was in Animal House and West Wing. I mean, he's done a lot
Animal
of
House
stuff,
is such a great damn movie.
Yeah, it really was.
It's not horror related, but.
No, not at all. I don't know unless you're,
Nehemiah.
Nehemiah.
Is that a pledge pin? Oh, sorry guys, I'm having flashbacks. I love that fucking movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
You had to mention it.
It is.
So okay. You talked about that. Okay, I got one I want to talk about that you're gonna love. I'm gonna love. Everyone loved the fucking first one.
I love it. You love it. We're all gonna.
Your
love
mom loves it.
Well, I don't know that my mom loves it.
Well, not your mom. Everybody else's mom is talking to us or listening.
It must have Jason Momoa in it.
No, Zombieland.
Zombieland 2.
Part 2, baby.
Double tap.
Even better than Jason Momoa. It's got Woody fucking Harrelson.
Yeah, it's funny. I wrote that one down too. Comes out October 11th.
I can't fucking wait.
I love the original. The original was such a fun watch.
Great movie.
And
I can't even stand that one dude.
Just cool.
I can't remember his fucking name.
Sarah something.
The guy.
Yeah.
The dude. I can't remember his freaking name.
That's how bad he was. We don't remember his name.
He's not a bad. I just don't like. I can't.
He's not.
Kind of like in the movie, just like Tallahassee said. I'm sensing you're a bit of a bitch.
Yeah. Do you need some Purell?
I'm hard to get along with, and I'm sensing you're a bit of a bitch. So,
yeah. Abigail Breslin though was in it, which she's
the movie's
not really
great.
Done anything here lately. But...
Don't get me wrong, man.
Yeah.
Do not get me wrong.
Great movie.
The movie is fucking amazing. And he's a good actor.
I love how they did all the taglines, like when he was at the gas station and the zombies are chasing him around the car, and it's like cardio.
Rule number 2, cardio. Yeah. Great movie, man. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I'm not trying to bash
Love
it,
that
dude.
movie.
It's
Love that
fucking
movie.
great. And part 2 is gonna be fucking awesome as well.
Oh yeah.
And I'm
For
sure
sure.
everyone else is just as
For
stoked
sure.
as I am about it.
For sure. So, you want to talk about some remakes?
We could talk about whatever, because I got some other movies I'm gonna mention.
Oh, well, go.
No, you go ahead.
Right,
Get
no,
in.
go right ahead. Go right ahead. Because I am kind of out of movies here. I did write down a bunch of people that died.
Cool.
Because I'm gonna fucking ruin the party.
We'll get into that too. We'll make that for later. We'll make it a really sad and shitty ending.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, speaking of which, I just watched Bohemian Rhapsody. Not a huge Queen fan, but what a fucking excellent movie. Oh,
well, he won
God,
best
dude.
actor, or male actor, or whatever.
That movie had so much. I mean, I'm big into music, so I watch all these music movies anyway. But that movie had so much feeling and emotion to it. I mean, it just fantastic movie. Fantastic.
Yes, I heard it was really good. So
anyway, we're not here to talk about that.
But here's one I want to mention that I might actually take my wife to see, or I don't think it's going to come out in theater. It may just come out in video.
Oh, are they doing a horror version of The Notebook?
The Little Mermaid.
The Little Mermaid.
Hey, and it's a horror version. I'm not shitting you, man. It come on TV, and my wife's like, "Oh my God, Ryan, look, it's a Little Mermaid movie.
Kidding me?
It's a real life one." We're like, "Okay," and she starts doing a little singing, and then a guy goes down there. She comes up, she got
Dude, that's
fucking
it. I'm leaving.
she's got piranha teeth.
Oh my God.
Dude, I'm like,
are they gonna sing Under the Sea or?
No, so she's singing humming her little song or whatever. And my wife's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it!" And then it shows her like from like the nose up under the water, and the guys walk to the edge, and all of a sudden she comes up and she's got piranha teeth, dog.
Not for me, thanks.
If it'll get me laid, I'm taking her.
Hey, honey, let's go see The Little Mermaid.
Hey, man, I'm doing it.
If she was here, I think she'd probably say, "Fuck no."
But another one I want to mention is Polaroid.
I had one of those when I was a kid.
I think I still have one. Anyway, the movie comes out August 25th. I believe that's this year. And it's cool because, like, in this movie, this chick works at an antique shop, and there's this old Polaroid camera that's there. And she takes it, or they buys it or whatever.
Dude, please tell me those things taking ghost pictures.
Oh, dude, she's taking pictures, right? And when every time she takes a picture, she noticed that there's a something in the picture. All right?
Oh, dude, I'm sold.
Oh, dude, no, check this out. So she takes all these pictures, right? Well, it's not in every picture at the time. She takes a picture and then she sees, like, "You see this picture here? Look at this. What is that?" And they all know. So there's multiple pictures, because you're taking a bunch of them. Every time the person in that picture dies, the ghost moves into the next picture and is going after the other fucking.
Oh, shit.
And it's so, like, all of her friends that they've been taking pictures of, everybody's dying left and right and shit.
Dude.
It looks really fucking good.
That sounds freaking cool.
It looks
that kind of
really
reminds
good.
me of, like, Insidious when they kept taking pictures of him and, like, the lady in black was behind him.
For sure.
Yeah. That's some creepy shit there.
Um,
Creepy.
Let me see if I got any I want to mention that aren't. You already talked about that one. The only thing I want to talk about that's not a remake, and it kind of is, but it's not. The rest I have are remakes.
Well, it doesn't have
I'm
to
kind
be
of
a
pissed
remake
off.
on this.
Well, this one is a TV show.
Better to be pissed off than pissed on.
This
well,
one
unless you're into that.
Yeah. It just depends on the night. This one, I don't want to offend anyone. I don't want to get anyone pissed off about this.
He's
so
the
please.
most offensive fucker I know.
Well, man, I mean, for fucking softy, the world's not a soft place. It's not sunshine and rainbows, folks. No, okay, you guys.
Speaking of softy, when I woke up this morning,
I don't have that problem.
Oh, sorry.
And Viagra is not a sponsor yet, but we will be glad to get it hard for you.
Oh, if James, I'm sorry, I said James Wan. If James Woods can do it, so can we.
I love James Wood. Anyway, no, man. Anyone who listens to this show
knows that we're complete fucking idiots.
Yes, and that's no surprise. Knows that I love Lost Boys. Okay, that's probably
They burnt me with the tribe.
well, that's part 1 and 2 or 2 and 3, whatever. I don't fuck. Well, part one is
It's a great movie.
it's a fucking staple in my life.
Yeah,
okay?
we just talked about that.
We just talked about this shit.
Did.
Okay.
We did.
Well, so I find out today. Well, I've heard some stories about they're going to be doing a TV show on the CW, which already pisses me off.
Okay, yeah, I did hear something about that.
Okay, so I'm like, I guess, okay, CW's doing it. It's going to fucking suck, but it's the Lost Boys. We'll see what happens.
Check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, well, then I find out today that the Frog Brothers are no longer Frog Brothers.
Oh, they're Frog Sisters.
Yes.
Oh, good Lord.
And I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. And don't...
Well, maybe they'll be hot.
Don't get me wrong. I don't want to piss anyone off. Okay, I do. I don't care about pissing people off.
We're an equal opportunity offender.
I piss everyone off. I don't care. But come on, man, leave shit alone.
Yeah. Well,
it's the Frog Brothers, man.
Okay. I see the whole thing, leaving shit alone, but we got to talk about Evil Dead because Jane Levy and Evil Dead 2.
It took me a lot.
Oh my God.
It took me a lot.
I thought they did a great job with that.
It took me a lot to
deal with that.
To deal with the whole.
Yeah.
Well, Evil Dead, we just talked about it. The remake was a fucking amazing movie.
It really was.
It was a great movie.
It really was.
I could tell they were pushing the female fucking, hero.
And they did that, but they also had those scenes like in the original, the woman was raped by the tree. In the new one, the woman was raped by the tree,
okay.
I'm with you, though. Frog Brothers,
it's the Frog Brothers,
Sisters.
Bro.
Yeah,
it's the Frog Brothers, man.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
So
who moves to town? Is it another girl?
I don't know. We're going to see. And that's where I heard that it might be a whole fucking girl cast, man. And don't get me wrong. Come on, dude. That's a staple.
Be a charmed version of the Lost Boys.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I just seen that.
Lost Boys version of the Charmed.
They're redoing Charmed now.
Well, Charmed's already on TV, dude.
Yeah, they're doing it.
They're already like one season in. We've got like 47 and a half episodes recorded on our TV and haven't even watched them yet because my wife absolutely loved the original series and she's afraid they fucked it up.
I ain't gonna lie, dude. I did like the original series.
I'd never watched it. I say I never watched it. My wife would watch it occasionally and I would catch little bits and pieces.
Well, Rose McGowan. It's just,
Alyssa Milano.
Yeah. She might be dumb as a sack of hammers, but she's hot.
Yeah. Well.
Anyway, so yeah, that's I think that's kind of all the really movies that are coming out that are just not remakes that I want to talk about.
We're running out of time, so we're gonna have to talk really fast. No, we don't give a shit. We don't give a damn.
We don't have no time commitments, and I don't give a fuck. I don't care about anything.
But there were a few things I wanted to mention in this episode. But I think I'll just save them for another episode because they don't have anything to do with movies.
Okay.
So, I mean, we're 42 minutes into this.
If you got movies you want to talk about,
I've got a ton of remakes that I want to talk about.
Fucking figure it out, fucker.
Okay. So we're gonna talk about horror remakes now. The good, the bad, the ugly. Love them, hate them. They're out there. There's some great ones. There's some real turds.
And there's still some more we're going to talk about coming out.
And then we're just going to talk about a few of them. So my list is probably, I don't know, did you do a remake list?
I did a kind of a remake list.
Okay. So I did a big remake list because these are the movies that I absolutely loved.
Okay.
And they were fantastic remakes.
Okay, so you're talking about movies that are remakes.
I'm talking about remakes that were fucking fantastic.
That have already came out.
Yes.
Okay, because I got a couple on here that ain't out yet.
That haven't come out yet?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll through just a few of these.
Do your thing.
One of my absolute favorite remakes was this movie called Cape Fear. Cape Fear the remake came out in 1991 and starred Robert De Niro, Jessica Lange, Nick Nolte. Fantastic movie. The original came out in 1962 and it had Gregory Peck and Robert Mitchum. The original movie, I had never seen the original. I saw the remake first and then went back and watched the original. The original is an utterly fantastic movie. Mm-hmm. But the remake
blows it out the fucking water.
So much better because I am a huge De Niro fan.
Yeah.
So basically the synopsis of the movie is Nick Nolte is a lawyer, and he withholds some evidence, and it causes his client, who is Robert De Niro, to go to prison. And so when De Niro gets out of prison, he goes after Nick Nolte's family.
Juliette Lewis, right?
Juliette Lewis was the daughter. Absolutely fantastic. Probably one. To me, it was up there, one or two, number one, number two best remakes ever made.
Ooh.
Awesome movie. Awesome movie.
Big words.
So one of the other ones is in my list here, and I'm going to get to it. So the next movie that I'm going to talk about is Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Dawn of the Dead, the remake, came out in 2004. Starred Ving Rhames.
Fucking badass movie.
Bunch of other people.
Movie.
I didn't really write down a whole lot about these movies. I just kind of wanted to touch on them.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
The original, of course, came out in 1978. The original, George Romero.
God, dude, that movie's so good.
That movie broke the mold for zombie movies.
Fuck yeah.
At that time, that movie had the most gore of any movie ever put out, and it was actually banned in several countries. And the United States was one of them.
Yes,
they would not let that movie... After it came out, it played for a while in theaters, and they shut it down. They did not want that movie played in theaters.
Just to speak about that for a minute, like Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, the
Day of the Dead,
the 70s versions, man.
Land of the Dead.
God, those are good.
Just so
those
many
are good
of them.
movies to watch go back and watch.
They were,
I mean?
and it was kind of funny because they had a lot to do with cultural stuff too. Like the times.
Yeah.
Like Dawn of the Dead happened inside a shopping mall.
Yep.
Well, back then when it came out, shopping malls were a big thing, and people hung out in them, and and it was, it was
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that again.
Oh yeah.
I seen that probably a couple years ago. Again, like I watched it a bunch of times. But
the new one?
No, the old one.
The old one.
The original.
The new one is.
I had the new one on video.
I love the new one.
Fuck yeah, dude!
Absolutely love the new movie. Love it.
Yeah.
So then that's going to lead me to one of our favorites, Evil Dead.
Yep.
The original movie starred Bruce Campbell, 1981. As campy as it was and as B-rated as it was a cool movie.
Shit, yeah.
Scared the shit out of a lot of
people.
people.
Super fucking creepy. Yeah, me being one of them.
The new one, the remake, come out in 2013, starred Jane Levy. I'm sorry. Fucking smoked the original movie.
Oh, of course.
The graphics in it and
it's a new movie.
Fucking claustrophobic feel and the just so intense.
I do want to mention something that might piss you off. Okay? Because I love the original. One thing we got to remember about the original is that it was like a college movie.
It was very low budget. Very low budget.
However, the new remake, great fucking movie. Super cool. What pissed me off about the remake is, in the original movie, you had the girlfriend underneath the fucking stairs, right? She was always underneath the floor. She was always there looking, making creepy noises, just walking around staring.
Right.
You didn't get that.
And this you did a little bit.
And what really pisses me off about it is I fucking love the way they did her in this movie.
Yeah.
And you didn't see enough of her down there.
No.
She was super fucking creepy when she was.
No, and that's what was weird about the original movie because that was Jane Levy in the basement.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden she, fights this demon off, and it had some weird quirks to it.
The movie was don't get me wrong.
As a movie, absolutely
fucking
phenomenal.
Great movie. Don't get me wrong, guys. I've always thought that, and it really pissed me off. And I'm like, man, they did such a killer job on the remake. Making her look super fucking creepy, and she could have been under there the whole time doing super creepy shit, and she's never. But don't get me wrong, I love the movie. Great movie.
Yeah,
super great. That's just the one thing. That was the one thing that made me mad about it, is that they didn't show her down there enough. Being super creepy.
What's up, everybody? This is JT. Hey, we had a problem with our audio file on this episode. I'm going to blame it on Ryan. Simply because he's not here. It's all his fault. No, seriously. We just had a issue with the audio file, and I am not smart enough to figure out how to fix it. So we're going to let it play, but, hopefully you guys can stand to listen to the entire episode. Sounds a little rough. Please forgive us. We apologize. But here's the rest of the episode. Another one that I really loved as a kid was The Wolfman. The Wolfman starred Lon Chaney. Came out in 1941. We all know the story. He's bitten by a werewolf. Is cursed. Every time the moon rises, full moon, he turns into a werewolf, kills people. Pretty easy story to understand. In 2010, they released a remake of that movie starring Benicio del Toro as the Wolfman.
Yeah.
Dude, they took the creep factor to a whole new level in that movie. The atmosphere, we always talk about atmosphere in movies. The atmosphere in that movie is so dark and so demented, it just sucks you in.
Yeah.
And like there can't even, there won't even be anything happening on screen, and you're unnerved just because of the way it looks.
Yeah.
Just that dark feel. Love that movie. Another one that a lot of people will probably be shocked about on this is the Amityville Horror. I absolutely love the original Amityville Horror. Came out in 1979. Starred Margot Kidder, James Brolin. The story of Amityville Horror is actually Ed and Lorraine Warren story.
Yep.
But they don't tell you that in the movie. But it's about a house that's possessed, and stuff arises.
I gotta say this right now.
Okay.
Just because I forgot to mention it earlier.
Okay.
The curse of the curse of La Llorona.
Yeah.
Is inside the Conjuring universe.
Okay. Yeah, I did know that. There's a whole lot of stuff getting ready to happen there.
Yes, I forgot.
That a lot of people don't know,
Yes.
and they're actually not telling us either.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff getting ready to happen in the Conjuring universe.
I want to mention that before we went any
screw
further.
up.
I completely forgot.
But anyway, the remake came out in 2005, and it starred Ryan Reynolds.
Yes. I love Ryan Reynolds. So.
He's okay. He's put out some movies that are, I like him when he's in a comedic role.
Deadpool, son.
Deadpool.
You will never have a better
that
Deadpool.
movie, Waiting.
Fuck yeah, dude. Especially for me, I've worked in restaurants for like
love
10,
that movie.
10
Van
years,
Wilder
dude.
was the same way,
Fuck yeah.
I love it when he's in a comedic role.
I liked him in Blade,
but he
though.
did an excellent job in the Amityville Horror.
Super creepy.
Yeah, very creepy movie. There was a lot of gore.
Once he started getting possessed, he was super creepy.
So, now I'm going to get to the big one. I
on,
told you
pull
there
my
was
pants
one
down.
or two movies, okay? I am going to talk about a triple remake. And I'm going to talk about The Thing.
The Thing.
The Thing.
Yes.
The original movie came out in 1951, and it was titled The Thing from Another World, okay? In 1982, John Carpenter blew everybody away by remaking this movie, and he just called it The Thing. With Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell, baby.
Absolutely
Kurt fucking Russell.
one of the best remakes ever freaking made.
Shit, yeah.
I mean, that movie is so gory and so intense. It just, leave it to Carpenter to do that. Carpenter's not a remake guy.
Yeah.
But he took the story and made it his own, and it is just creepy as fuck.
Shit, yeah.
Period.
No.
There's no explanation needed there. In 2011, they released a remake of the 1982 version of The Thing. And it is an absolute fucking turd.
Yep.
I don't know if you've seen it or not,
Yes.
but it was horrible.
I watched about halfway through it.
I sat through the whole movie and just,
You can't beat Kurt Russell, mother. Come on, son.
Hell no.
Come on.
Hell no.
Come on.
So, I feel like I'm just dragging on here with a bunch of remakes, but I've got a few of them here.
Well, the ones I got are remakes that aren't out yet that are.
Oh, okay. So let me continue to talk about old ones then. Another great movie that I absolutely love was The Fly. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The original movie
Mm-hmm.
came out in 1958
Mm-hmm.
and starred the infamous Vincent Price.
Vincent Price.
Vincent Price and Patricia Owen was in that. Great movie. The thing that always tripped me out about that movie was the very end scene where the fly is stuck in the spider web and it's got a human head and it's like, help me. Help me. Help me. It just always freaked me out when I was a kid. Well, in 1986, they upped the ante on that movie and they released one of the best remakes of an older movie with Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis. I don't even know how to talk about that movie. The transformation of him into a fly, the interaction between him and Gina Davis, just everything about that movie was perfect.
Yeah. Well, how about that they're making another one?
I did hear about that. Do you know anything though?
Nope, it's still possible.
Okay, it's one of those pre-production.
Yeah,
we don't really know what's.
It's been brought up.
I had heard that there was rumor that there was going to be another one coming out.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't think that you'll ever be able to top the 1986 version of that. It all around, even with, if you take The Fly out of the movie, it's still a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just because of the star caliber in it.
Yeah.
I mean, just an excellent movie.
For sure.
And now we're going to move on to another Vincent Price movie, House on Haunted Hill.
Yeah.
Probably one of my favorite movies. If you guys have seen our video, you know, I've got the poster. I've got several versions of this movie. I love the original 1959 version of House on Haunted Hill. I'm a huge Vincent Price fan. I have been since I was a kid. As an actor, he's got it. You know, I mean, he had the voice, he had the mannerisms, he was just a creeper.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I just loved his movies. But I am gonna say the 1999 version was pretty damn good too. And it starred Jeffrey Rush, Femke Janssen, Taye Diggs.
Yep.
It
was really good.
The story was a lot different than the original. I say that. Same premise. People are brought to a house. They're offered a sum of money.
Yeah.
If they can survive the night. But they went so much farther beyond what they did in the 59 version.
Now,
you know, and of course, you know, we talk about these remakes, and you're going to hear us say this about a lot of these. You know, the technology that we have now. You know, the original 59 version was directed by this guy. His name was William Castle. And if you guys don't know who William Castle is, William Castle was big into showmanship. Well, I don't know he was big into theatrics.
Yes.
Okay, that's the best way to put it. William Castle would actually, he directed a lot of Vincent Price movies like The Bat and The Tingler and House on Haunted Hill. And what he would do is when these movies were released to theaters, they would rig the theaters. Okay, so for instance, The Tingler. This is one of the biggest things that blows my mind. William Castle had these theaters that it was being released into to rig buzzers, like hand buzzers or whatever, underneath certain seats in the theater. And at certain times of the movie, when The Tingler would come out, they would set all these buzzers off and scare the shit out of people in the audience. Well, he did the same thing with House on Haunted Hill. He would fly ghosts through the theater at certain parts of the movie, and he'd have skeletons come out of the darkness and stuff like that. I mean, he was just really big into that. He thought that when you went to go see a movie, it should be entertaining, and you should get your money's worth.
Yeah.
Why don't we do that anymore? I mean,
I don't know. You know, I would kind of probably be pissed off. I love going to movies and watching a fucking movie and enjoying it and feeling it. See, the thing is now, kind of talking about that now, you can kind of get that same atmosphere now without having to have the.
You can.
You know what I mean? Nowadays you can.
Yeah, now you can get completely engrossed into the film.
Yes, yeah, dude.
Completely engrossed.
Now, was Return to House on Haunted Hill, was that a remake of the remake?
No. Return to House on Haunted Hill was a continuation of a story.
Of the 2011?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Which, it's an okay movie. It's just, it's not great. It's not great. So, you know, we did say.
Don't do it.
The good, the bad, the ugly. Okay.
Don't do it.
I am going to talk about one of my all-time favorite movies of all time. You guys know it. It's Halloween, 1978. Absolutely love that movie. John Carpenter's the man. Yes. Jamie Lee Curtis.
Sexy.
Loomis, PJ Souls. Fucking love that movie. In 2007, Rob Zombie released Halloween, and it was a reboot. Hate is a really strong word. But I hated that fucking movie. And I like Rob Zombie. I do. I like some of his movies.
When he makes his own movies.
But he fucked up Halloween. Absolutely fucked it up. I went to the theater to see this movie, and I was so excited. Ran in there, got in there early, got the perfect seat, got my popcorn, got my soda, and got fucking disappointed.
Yeah.
The beginning of that movie is probably the worst beginning of a movie I've ever seen in my life. All right.
Tell us how you really feel.
I'm sorry. But I do got to say about that movie, I do like the brutality in it once they get past telling me who Michael Myers is. I don't want to know who fucking Michael Myers is.
Yeah.
Quit telling me about him as a kid. Rob, I'm sorry. Love you. But we didn't need to know that shit. It fucked up the movie.
Yeah.
It really did.
And I don't even want to mention part 2.
Well, no, because we're talking about remakes here.
Well, there's a part 2.
Well, there is a part 2, but yeah, that went in some direction that no man needs to fucking talk about.
Shit.
But anyway, I gotta say, Halloween, the remake, was not the worst movie I've ever seen.
The new one?
The new one. But
well, that's not really a... Yeah, I liked it.
But, yeah. Okay, moving on. Moving on. So now I'm going to talk about Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th came out in 1980. I am going to be brutally honest with you. Friday the 13th, 1980, is not my favorite Friday the 13th movie. Love the movie. It started an entire craze of Jason is a badass.
Yeah.
But Jason wasn't even in the first movie.
Not till the end, right?
Not till the very end. So, Friday the 13th, the original movie, started the series, and I absolutely love the series. Friday the 13th is probably one of my favorite series of movies.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Just absolutely love them. The first one was a great movie. Don't get me wrong. I'll never knock it, but it's not my favorite.
Yeah.
My favorite Friday the 13th are probably Part 3 and Part 7.
Mm-hmm.
Part 3, because that's when Jason gets the iconic mask, and Part 7, when we finally get the best Jason ever on film, the infamous Kane Hodder.
Kane Hodder.
The remake.
I loved it.
Came out in 2009. I fucking hated that movie when I first saw it.
I love it.
I hated it when I first saw it. I went to the theater to see it.
You know something funny? I just watched that this morning.
And I couldn't stand it.
It was on TV this morning.
Now, I say that. Now, I own the movie. I watch it periodically. I like it now.
I like it, yep. I watched it this morning. I'm shit you not.
It has some things that disappoint me in it. I don't like the fact that Jason is actually kidnapping people and, keeping them in cages. Well,
he kidnapped a hot chick. Maybe he wants to get happy every now and again.
Jason's a killer. He's not a kidnapper. But I do like the new movie.
I like it.
I
watched it this morning.
I hated it the first time I saw it, but it grew on me. Yeah. It really did.
I like it. I like it a lot.
So, all right. I am done with my rant because you people really are sick of hearing me.
Well, I mean, you kind of mentioned a bunch already. There's not a whole lot I have left, really. There's one that you probably didn't catch, I'm assuming, and it's coming out. It's in production anyway, directed by David Rosenthal, and that is Jacob's Ladder.
I did see that was coming out, but I chose not to talk about it because, it's a ways out.
Yeah.
And I don't know that much about it right now.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with it.
The original movie was a great movie.
Yeah. Another possible one that they got coming out is Firestarter.
Oh, I hadn't seen that.
Yep, it's being discussed.
I really enjoyed the first one.
It's kind of
the original.
Yeah. It's kind of in the same.
Who's the guy in that?
Yeah, dude, the dad.
Oh, son of a bitch.
He's a really good fucking actor too.
God, he reminds me of John C. Reilly, but
without the curly up fro.
Yeah. God. Man, you had to bring something up that I don't remember.
Yeah.
I mean, Drew Barrymore, of course, played the daughter.
Yep. It's in the kind of the same stage as The Fly, I believe, right now.
Okay.
So it's kind of who
pre-production
knows.
deal.
Another one is the movie Rabid. Do you remember the movie Rabid?
I vaguely remember the original.
Yeah. It's and they're talking about having that in pre and post production.
So, it was funny when I was doing research on these, there were several movies that I ran into that I didn't really realize were remakes.
Oh yeah.
Like I didn't realize that The Crazies was a remake.
I love the new one.
I didn't know it was a remake.
Me neither. Till now.
The new movie, what's that guy? Josh Durman?
Goddamn, you had to
Dermal,
say
something. I don't remember.
He's probably one of my favorite actors, dude.
Yeah.
I love that motherfucker.
Oh, you know one we didn't talk about?
What?
Fright Night.
Oh shit, yeah.
Fright Night. The remake's not.
It's all right.
It's an okay movie. That's Colin Farrell.
No. Yes, Colin Farrell.
Yeah,
yep.
Colin Farrell.
Yep.
Plays Jerry Dandridge. Was the vampire's name. The original, I think I like the original better because of Roddy McDowall.
Yeah.
I've always loved him. He's in one of my favorite horror movies, which is The Legend of Hell House.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you guys haven't seen that movie, great movie. It doesn't need a remake. It really doesn't. It's still a great movie.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That one's all right.
Yeah.
As far as remakes.
Let's talk about some.
Let's ruin this fucking podcast.
Well, no, we're not going to ruin it. I want to make a few mentions about some people that we've lost here lately.
Yeah.
I mean, the big one this week was Catherine Hillnod. She was the lady from Soap and Who's the Boss, the red-haired lady.
Yeah.
She was also in Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah.
She wasn't big into horror, but I did find out she was in this movie, which I don't know if you've seen it or not. It's Alfred Hitchcock's Family Plot. And really, it's kind of a weird story. Basically, Family Plot is a woman that's like a psychic, but she like cons people. Her and her husband or boyfriend, I'm not sure if they're married or whatever. Anyway, they run into two kidnappers and end up getting kidnapped in the movie, and chaos ensues. But anyway, she was in that. One of the youngest ones that I saw that happened here recently is Lisa Sheridan. She was only 44. She was an actress. What you might know her from is she's on that new show Invasion.
Mm-hmm.
That's a young age to.
Oh shoot, yeah, that's real young.
And that was here recently within the past week or so, and in fact they haven't even released the cause of her death yet.
Wow.
But yeah, Beverly Owen. She played the first Marilyn in the Munsters TV series.
Oh, yeah.
Which, it was really weird whenever I saw that. When I saw that she had passed away and they said that she played Marilyn, I was like, no, Marilyn was played by Pat Priest. But apparently she played Marilyn when the series first started. She was the Marilyn in that series. And she was replaced by Pat Priest. But yeah, she passed away just earlier this week. And then has nothing to do with horror, but Peter Tork from the Monkees, the bass player for the Monkees, passed away
with a monkey
last week. And then Albert Finney, which if you don't know who Albert Finney is, then Albert Finney is a British actor, and he has been in so many movies. He's won so many awards for different stuff. I mean, he played Scrooge. He was in the new James Bond Skyfall movie. I mean, he has been in hundreds and hundreds of movies. Albert Finney is very famous.
Yeah.
He passed away this week. And then the one that does have to do with horror was Julie Adams, and she played the woman that was in The Creature from Black Lagoon.
Ooh.
She just passed away, but she was 92.
92.
She lived a good life.
A good long life, man.
I would hope so. So let's send a prayer out to them and their families, and
Yeah,
Not
guys.
something we normally do. It was just some stuff that we had talked about, and I ran across a few that.
And I've, something I gotta say. I've been hearing people talk about depression a lot lately.
Yeah.
And something that like another podcast that we love that we've talked about, Hillbilly Horror Stories. They always
podcast.
They always do a thing about suicide and stuff. If you're feeling or depression, if you're feeling down, don't be afraid to talk to somebody.
Reach out to somebody.
Someone, anyone. And I tell you what,
somebody.
reach out to us if you want to on our email.
Yeah, for sure.
Just hit us up on our email, and if you need to talk to someone, we'll call you. We'll talk to you. Talk to somebody. Just remember, there's always someone that cares.
Get some help. I mean, there are people out there that care about you, even if you think they don't. I mean,
yeah. And for anyone else who's out there listening who's not depressed but knows someone that does, talk to them.
Yeah.
Talk to somebody. Let them know that you care about them because, life's short. We
got to help each other out. Man.
Yep, for sure.
Help each other out. But you talk about podcasts, so I know you and I have talked about Shudder before.
Uh-huh.
Shudder is a service. It's like Netflix, but it's strictly horror movies. It's a pay-by-the-month deal, or you can buy it by the year. Anyway, they have recently released 3 different podcasts, and pretty cool stuff here. So the first podcast that released March 1st, which was yesterday, is hosted by the lovely Adrienne Barbeau. Adrienne Barbeau, who we know was in the original Fog. She was in Creepshow. She's been in tons and tons of movies. She is doing a podcast called She Kills.
Cool.
And it's all about women in horror.
Which we'll be doing an episode on
Yes, for sure. Eli Roth, who just put out The History of Horror, is doing a podcast called The History of Horror Uncut. Not sure when it comes out or if it's even come out yet. But it sounds interesting. I watched the series.
Yeah.
The series was pretty good. And then the other one that they've released is by Elijah Wood, and it's called Visitations. And what it is they actually visit other people's houses and do their podcast from their house or
that's
whatever.
cool.
It sounds kind of interesting.
Shoot, yeah.
I don't know that the Visitations has anything to do with horror.
Yeah.
It didn't sound like it from the description, but Elijah Wood has been in a lot of horror movies here lately.
Yeah.
So sounded pretty interesting, but I'm pretty excited about this She Kills.
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool. Yeah.
I've always been an Adrienne Barbeau fan. Absolutely loved her in The Fog.
There's another remake right there.
Yeah, there's another one, yeah. She did a great job as the DJ at Bodega Bay is where that took place at.
Yeah.
And she was the DJ in the lighthouse.
Yeah, that sounds pretty
Great
cool.
Movie. And
just some suggestions.
The new one wasn't too bad either. I mean,
yeah.
It had what was the dude that played Superman?
I love it. He played Frank Castle too in the first Punisher. Talking about the remake of The Fog.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't he in that?
Maybe.
He was the dad.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. No, I was talking about the guy that was the love interest that was helping. He played Superman in that series Smallville.
Oh yeah.
What the hell is his name? Tom Wheaton or something like that.
Yeah.
He was also in that Lucifer series that I was watching. But pretty cool stuff.
Just some suggestions for you guys on podcasts and different ones you can listen to and whatnot. But
we don't know how this video is going to turn out.
We'll see what happens.
Might be cool. We'll see what happens. See if I can put it together and
see if it even worked.
It may not even be doing anything. Hell, my phone may have died.
But guys, I think that's going to be it for this one. We just want to kind of go over some cool stuff and remakes and whatnot, and some movies coming out that we're interested in. And as always, hit us up on Facebook, guys, at the Horror Chronicles podcast. Send us some info. Let us know what you want to hear.
Don't forget, we've got a new YouTube channel, the Horror Chronicles podcast.
Yes, please.
Just type that in. It'll pop right up.
And when you get there, guys, press the subscribe button, please.
Subscribe.
Come on. Hit it up. let everyone know about it. Like I said, pretty soon we're going to have video.
We're going to try and get some good videos up there. Right now, I've released all our podcast episodes on there, but there's not really any video. It's just our logo up there. We're trying. That's what we're trying tonight. We're trying to be able to, post some sort of video.
Yeah. It'll be a lot better once we get everything.
Once we get rolling.
So hit us up there too. And like I said before, we mentioned about the email. Hit us up at our email, guys.
Horror Chronicles Podcast at gmail.com.
And give us some your stories. If you want to get on the podcast and you want to be a guest, send us an email. Let us know about it. We'll get in touch with you 100%.
Yeah, we're going to start reaching out to a lot of people.
Yep.
Maybe some of the other podcasts.
Yeah, I got a few people that I'm talking to right now and stuff that want to be on the show. So. Yeah. Let us know, guys. We want to hear stories, no matter what it is. Witchcraft. You got a witch story. You got a ghost story. You got
a haunted dog. I mean,
anything.
We don't care.
You know what I mean? We want to hear it.
We'll talk about anything.
Any kind of lifestyles you're into, as far as the horror goes, and scary, anything like that. UFOs, whatever. I don't care. Hit us up, guys. Let us know. Give us some info. We want to hear from you for sure. And as always, until next time,
keep it creepy.